Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I'm so excited to share with you these beautiful handmade wooden puzzles. Now, you know I love escape rooms. I love my exits, my undos, my adventure games. All of that stuff I think is so fun. And it's really just the group experience. It's the, oh, I think I got an idea, or listen to someone and just messing around with something. But those escape rooms aren't always super tactile. A lot of times they're cerebral, or you're just looking at something and you're trying to like pick up on clues or look for faint markers or something. In this series of games from Escape Welt, you are actually holding and touching and moving and pushing and pulling and just doing things with these wooden objects and triggers and keys, and it's just the coolest tactile experience. So I can't wait to tell you about these three that I have here in the order that I like them and why I like them, because I thought they were all incredibly fun to play. They take between 60 minutes and an hour and a half, so 60 and 90 minutes to play each to figure out. So let me tell you what's so cool about this. I'm going to push these to the side. I'm going to start with the House of the Dragon. This is a 4 out of 5 difficulty, and I'm going to show you some of the up-close pictures too, because this is amazing. No spoilers here, for sure. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put this guy right here. I'm going to set that to the side. So this is the object. I mean, tell me it's not just gorgeous, right? So when you're looking at this, you immediately just want to touch, you want to spin, you want to push, you want to pull. I mean, everything is just so cool and it's beautiful. So when you're looking at this, you just see so many opportunities for slots for keys. You see wheels that you want to spin. And yes, at the end, when you finally figure out the last step of this puzzle, how to open it up, these doors are going to open right here in this House of the Dragon. So this one I think is probably, I'm going to say, the hardest puzzle to figure out. And again, no spoilers. But I think it's because there weren't any steps or instructions, and you really just had to figure out and just try stuff. And the hardest thing with these beautiful handmade wooden puzzles is that you don't want to break anything. And that's like the point, is the instructions say make sure that you just use your logic, use your puzzling. You don't have to force anything. It's going to work whenever you actually get the right thing. So you kind of want to try stuff, but you don't want to try stuff too much. But this one didn't necessarily give any, here's like the first step. Like, you're looking at this, where do you actually start? And so I think that's what makes it the most challenging. I think it's the hardest. But they do have all these different little clues and keys and engravings all over. And I think it's really fun. This one took us the longest amount of time. But it was fun because there were 4 of us and we were all just standing around, like poking and pushing and pulling and twisting. And it was just really fun because you can pass it around. I mean, one person can really just hold it at once. But while someone's holding it, you're looking at a different perspective, because this game takes you, it requires that you look everywhere. I mean, this is a 3D touch look experience. So I think this is just something else. And what it's going to do now is it's going to sit. I mean, this is a piece of artwork. When people walk in and they see this sitting out on display like this, they're going to want to touch it. They're going to want to twist it. They're going to want to figure it out, because that's what this does. That's what this gives you. It's just such a wonderful tactile feel, but it's also stunning. I think this is the most beautiful of the 3 that I have. And I'm excited to put it out on display now that I have figured it out. I could also figure out the puzzle, open up the doors, and I can even put my own message or my own treat or token inside the box, because there is an empty cavity that you can then give to someone else. And when they figure it out and open the doors, they find your personalized message, which it's so cool. I mean, I've had a personalized puzzle made for me and some of my friends, and it was by far the most meaningful, coolest thing to experience is to have a puzzle made for you or in some ways customized for you. And I think this offers that experience for your friends after you have gotten it, figured it out, and then passed it on to them as a gift, because it is a lovely, lovely gift. So this is where I wanted to start. I am now going to move on to the next puzzle. This is the pyramid. And it comes in this really nice protective case. All you have to do is flip it over and then open up these flaps and you will pull out your pyramid. Okay, so I've got this guy right here. Again, what a stunning feat. This has, like lots and lots and lots of layers. It has a nice heft to it. And it clearly looks like a puzzle. You can look at the bottom, and the reason I think I might have enjoyed the pyramid a little bit more was because on the bottom there are more instructions. Now they're very general, they're very vague. You have to figure out what the instructions actually mean. You have to figure out what order they go in. So what they've done is they've given you a breadcrumb trail with this. But there are plenty of little bits to spin. There are spinning bits. There are pushy bits and slidey bits. I mean, this one just, I don't know, like this one I felt, and I only played 2 players with this one. So we kind of, evenly got to kind of manhandle it and turn and twist and figure something out at some point. And when you do, there's nothing better than figuring out a puzzle that of course doesn't tell you what to do and how to figure it out. Those are my favorite kinds of puzzles, is just here you go, do it and go. Just play it and figure it out as you go. I think it encourages so much like initiative and creativity and gumption and teamwork. So I just really, really enjoy that kind of gameplay. So I feel like the pyramid for me, it is I think a level 4.5 out of 5 for difficulty on their own personalized scale for Escape Welt. But this is just a real treat. I super duper enjoyed this puzzle. I felt like it was maybe just a little bit, I don't know if it's easier because it had just a couple little hints and little tips on the box itself, more so than I felt with my House of the Dragon, despite this one being, in my opinion, more beautiful. I like the artwork. It's more intricate. So this is the pyramid, and I'll say too, with both of these, there are really nice, minute step-by-step hints and tips that you can go and watch a video, and it will tell you like what the next step is so that you can get going without ruining the entire thing. So if you need a tip, they have tips, and again, they're video tips, which shows you what you're actually working with. It's not a written tip. Which I actually think is so smart. And when you're done with everything, to put these back to their initial stage of step 1, which is locked, they give you a reorganizing, putting it back together, set instructions again with the video that helps you put these back to their original state so that you can enjoy them again and or share. Because the same thing with the pyramid, there is a cavity inside. You are trying to get into the pyramid to find the tombs. You can put something in there. You can put a secret message. I will say that there is something lovely in here that is another puzzle that you get to enjoy as a treat. Again, no spoilers here. I won't tell you how it ends, but this has the same kind of gifting opportunities as the House of the Dragon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end with my favorite puzzle, and I was surprised at how much I really enjoy this puzzle. Look, this puzzle is really small. It's Quest Puzzle. And there's another one that's very similar to this, and I'm going to take off the sleeve and I want to show you what this does. This is, it's really well packaged because it is a wooden, everything's wooden, and it just looks like this. And you will dump this out. I am hesitating to dump it out myself because that means I would have to put it back together. And it does take about an hour or even more if you're not working with a friend, which I had someone I was working with, my husband, thank goodness. But this is a 4 out of 5 difficulty. And the pieces, I'm just going to take out one of them to show you. These are the pieces, and it literally comes out of the puzzle and everything wooden fits together. This entire board dumps out and it's completely empty, and you have to put all these pieces back together in exactly the right way, and it's incredibly hard. Everything looks like it would fit, and you are just super, super duper challenged. So for me, I think the quest puzzle was my absolute favorite, and it was just simply a logic experience. I will give you a tip, which, you know, maybe you can figure out yourself, but look at the wood grain. For me, the biggest help was making sure that all my pieces were going the right direction with the wood grain. So it really eliminated a whole bunch of unsuccessful choices or selections if you were looking at the wood grain. But it fits together so well. It is clean. You don't have to force anything. And when you're wrong, you just keep trying and you keep taking out pieces and moving pieces around and just getting to the end. And when you put that last puzzle piece in with this one, it is such a good feeling. I could do this puzzle again. I could do it every month, and it would be a brand new challenge for me every single month, because you can't remember the steps or the stages in which you put this in, and it's very easy to forget. So for me, this one's the most replayable. I think it's just also really pretty, and it's very well made. It has a lovely tactile experience. So I really enjoyed the quest puzzle, and I'm excited that there is another one that's similar to this, but with a different cutout. So it's the same wooden flat puzzle experience, unlike the 3D puzzles like the Pyramid and the House of the Dragon. But I super duper like this one and found that you could have many hands on deck and it would work super, super well. The more the brains, the better with this one, because boy, is it tough. It is tough. All right, folks, that is it. I got that Pyramid, the House of the Dragon, and I've also got the quest puzzle. There are many others. Please go and check out their website. They make beautiful handmade puzzles, and I'm just so, so excited that I got these 3 and I can share them, I can play them again, and I can just admire their handiwork. It's beautiful, beautiful woodwork. I've got the link in the description below so you can go and check them out. Again, Escape Welt. This is just dynamite puzzling.